Hi, if it's your first time here, welcome to our channel. My name is Yulia and this is Dmitry.
Hello everyone.
We're talking about fragrances here, and if you enjoy this topic, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Today we will sniff some of the fragrances from Parfum Empire Fragrance House. It's my first time with these fragrances. I'm going to sniff them now for the second time because we've just filmed a video in another language, and there I had my real first impressions, but it's sort of first impressions half an hour later. Let's say so. All right, then I think Dmitry can tell you a little bit about the brand.
Yeah, I really enjoy the house overall. The perfumer is Marca AntoineCorticchiato. The house was founded in 2003. The perfumer and the owner of the brand, Marc Antoine Corticchiato, was born in Morocco. So yeah, let's speak about some fragrances. We have four here: Acqua di Scandola, Le Cuir, Ambre Russe, and Cuir Ottoman. I bought 3 samples. Actually, they are quite expensive. I believe one sample is 10 euros, and inside is only 1.6 milliliters. I think it's very expensive comparing to the actual 100 milliliter bottle. The price of sample per milliliter is ridiculously expensive. So, and this one, Acqua di Scandola, I got for free in Naples, in Italy, last summer, in one of the perfume shops. So, let's talk about Acqua di Scandola. I will show you the name. Here is a 35-minute dry down, I believe, something like that.
Well, it didn't develop that much, to be honest, but on the initial spray you get citrusy accords, you get, I got grey amber accord, so it's very citrusy and animalic and aquatic. We've already looked at the notes. In the previous video I didn't know the notes at all, but I have to admit that with all these fragrances I was very close to what they actually were in terms of notes. And yes, here there's also algae, like seaweed, yeah. So yes, it's a very summery scent, fresh, citrusy, but it might not be for everyone because it's got this animalic touch.
It's a little bit weird for me.
Yes.
It's very bright, uplifting, and a little bit challenging at the same time. Mm-hmm. It has quite large amount of animalic notes for me. Although
animalic notes aren't listed on Parfum.net website, but we just think that seaweed gives this sort of impression.
Yeah, there is also juniper berries, oak moss. I get lemon from it. Well, it's my least favorite from these 4 fragrances, I would say.
I agree.
But maybe some people would enjoy it. I wouldn't buy this fragrance. No. I don't really enjoy it. I don't need this in my collection. So, yeah. It smells kinda pleasant and weird at the same time. And I got some also green touches from this fragrance. Mm-hmm. And aromatic herbs, maybe. Yeah. Like basil or something like that also.
Yes, I can quickly open the notes. So juniper berries, algae, moss, and immortelle. And the main accords are green, fresh, aquatic, citrus, and spicy.
It's from Parfum.net.
Yeah.
Maybe on Fragrantic there will be different note listing.
Yes, here we advise something first because we didn't really like that one that much.
The second fragrance is Le Cri, or the previous name was Le Cri de la Lumière, the cry of the light. It's a beautiful name.
This is probably our most favorite from the four. It's iris together with the rose. On the initial spray, all I could feel was iris. I said straight away that there is either iris or orris root.
Powder iris, yeah.
Yes. And now, after some time, rose comes through and it becomes more fresh and airy. And I think this fragrance could be very good for everyday use. It's a daytime fragrance for sure, and a no-brainer fragrance. It could be your signature scent. It's just an easy reach fragrance for me.
For me personally, for my taste, this smells amazing. It's extremely well blended. It smells quite natural, yeah. I don't get synthetic smells from here. It's very bright, uplifting. I just feel great smelling this. It's addictive. I feel quite a large dose of aldehydes in it. Iris, a touch of beautiful pink roses, not the dark red roses, but they're pink, and there is also a lot of muskiness in this fragrance. I believe there is listed Ambre. It's like a musk mallow. Yeah, I think it's a gorgeous fragrance for women and men both, but maybe some men wouldn't appreciate it that much as women.
I have to say that it's a beautiful fragrance, very nice blended, but I have to say that it doesn't wow me at all. And I wouldn't want a full bottle of this in my collection because I already have quite a few powdery fragrances and rose fragrances, and actually after sniffing these fragrances I'm thinking of mixing some of the ones that I already have. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, if you don't have too many fragrances in this direction, or you are just looking for one to get, I think this would be a very good fragrance to try.
I think it's a very beautiful, very well crafted fragrance, and I think it's bottle worthy for me. Projection is very nice in the first couple of hours, and the longevity on me, I can smell it about 10 hours, I would say. So I think it's a good fragrance, but after a couple of hours it sits quite close to your skin. So yeah, try it before buying. The next, the name was Le Cri. The next fragrance will be Cuir Ottoman. Julia's first impressions were interesting on this one.
This is my second least favorite after Acqua di Scandola. So yeah, here I just smell like some medical drugs crushed into powder together with something sweet. It's just weird to me. Like, I don't want to smell like medical drugs, you know, guys, and
interesting.
I don't really like that one that much. Or at all.
For me, it's animalic leather. Especially in the opening, there are animalics in here. It's a little bit funky. It's spicy. When it dries down, it becomes sweeter, more pleasant. But unfortunately, this doesn't last too long. I think it's one of the least lasting fragrances of them all. Le Cri lasts longer, and the next one lasts also longer. and the projection on Cuir Ottoman is, I would say, very average. So the performance is not great on this one, but the smell for some people is even amazing. Julia didn't enjoy it, but there are a lot of people who love this fragrance. So definitely sample it before buying, but it's not the most interesting leather fragrance that we have smelled. And we'll say you the notes.
So top notes are iris, labdanum, jasmine. Heart notes are leather, benzoin, tolo balsam. Base notes are tonka bean, frankincense, and vanilla. And the main accords are leathery, spicy, resin, smoky, and sweet. But yeah, it is what it is. It's just when I smell this fragrance, I had my first impressions that came at me, and there was nothing else I could do after I've looked at the notes, after I've heard the story, you know. And that's why I love sniffing, so to say, blindly fragrances, because you're getting real first impressions, you know. And when you've read the notes, when you've read about the fragrance, you already have a picture of what it should smell like, and sometimes it plays with your mind and with your perception of the fragrance. So yeah, there are quite a few fragrances with a note of leather that I enjoy a lot more than this one. The next fragrance is, for me, definitely one of the best from the brand. It's amazing. It's I guess the most popular, and it's called Ambre Russe. I would love to have a bottle of this one. It's on my to buy list together with Le Cri. I think for me they are both bottle worthy, but if I could pick only one from this, I would pick Ambre Russe. Yeah, so my first impression was like, oh, it's jolly drunken cherry when I sniffed it in the air. But then when I sniffed it from the blotter, I realized that there's no cherry at all. But there is this alcohol accord, and I thought that it's whiskey together with some dried fruits that are covered in dark chocolate, like 70% chocolate. So to say, prunes or dried apricots. Yes, it smells much nicer than Cuir Ottoman to me. And this fragrance I do understand, and it's very likable, especially for those who enjoy a spicy, ambery fragrances. Yes, it's very enjoyable, but again, I have to admit that it didn't wow me either. Actually, none of these fragrances blew my mind, to be honest with you, but I do appreciate the blend here and the way they are done.
I think for me it's a very beautiful fragrance. I get booziness from it, dried fruits, a lot of dried fruits. Beautiful sweetness, not cloying, absolutely, it's beautiful done here. I get some freshness from this fragrance also. Beautiful amber accords. It's a little bit resinous, spicy. Natural smelling. I really enjoy this fragrance.
It smells nice.
And the performance and longevity is okay for me. The longevity is over 10 hours on this one, and it projects quite good in the first couple of hours. So I would recommend you to try this fragrance, definitely.
So the top notes are vodka, champagne. Hard notes are ambergris, cinnamon, coriander, cumin, and tea. Base notes are frankincense, vanilla, and leather.
I don't get a vodka smell from this fragrance. It's boozy, but to me, it doesn't smell like vodka.
It smells like whiskey.
For me, vodka smells awful. I have used a lot of vodka back in the day, and I know how vodka smells like, and I know how vodka tastes like, and so on. So it's not actually the vodka smell, but it's definitely boozy.
Yeah.
For me, it's much more pleasant than vodka smell. This boozy, maybe champagne combined with some whiskey, dried fruity accords, yeah?
Mm-hmm. So main accords, according to Parfum.com, is spicy, leathery, oriental, sweet, and resinous accords.
Yeah, I would say it's one of the most interesting amber fragrances that I have ever smelled. It reminded me a little bit of Ambre Russe. I have a decant here, Ambre Russe by Maître Parfumeur Gantier. It was created in 1988, a long time ago, and I really enjoy this fragrance. I think it's bottle worthy. And I also feel some similarities between this and Serge Lutens' Ambre Sultan. It's also a beautiful fragrance, spicy amber with dried fruits. They all three share some notes similar, and I really enjoy all of them.
Yes, for me, out of these four, the best are Le Cuir and Ambre Russe.
I definitely agree with you.
Yes. So, yeah.
But I would say, from what I've tried also Asiat, I've tried Vazamba. Vazamba is a really good fragrance. I liked it a lot. It has some beautiful piney touches, this spiritual fragrance for me. Frankincense, Lebanon, kinda. And what I like the most is Musk Tonkin. It's an extrait de parfum. It's beautiful, musky, floral, kind of vintage shipper fragrance. And the second one was my favorite is Tabac Tabou. It's a beautiful animalic tobacco fragrance. And tobacco smells there natural and very expensive.
I don't remember smelling it, but Dmitry says that he brought a Tabac Tabou blotter to me, and I did not like it, apparently.
It was quite challenging for Julia to smell it. Yeah. Musk Tonkin and Tabac Tabou are quite challenging fragrances for many people, but I love them.
Yeah, so try first if you like the idea. Alright then, I think that's everything.
Yeah, I really enjoy the house overall, and I really recommend you to try their fragrances. We haven't tried all of them, but quite a few. And yeah, that's our Julia's first impressions. So we'll finish this video now. Thanks for watching. Please leave us in the comments down below which are your favorite fragrances from this house. Yeah.
Alright then, thank you so much for watching us, and also don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you did enjoy this video, and we wish you an amazing day. Bye!
Thank you, bye!